Hey guys, it's me, MTG Angel. I wanted to talk about investing in Spirit Forged, Origins, booster boxes, Riftbound in general. A lot of people may be new to how TCGs work, and maybe they missed the craze on One Piece. Maybe they missed the craze on Pokemon, Magic the Gathering. A lot of these products have been popping off, and maybe you just want to know a little bit about what you're getting into. So this video is for you. But first, leave a comment if you're someone who's actually already investing in Riftbound, and let me know what you're drinking. It's good to stay hydrated, so I hope it's water. Maybe it's a nice beverage. Maybe it's some nice liqueur or something like that. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. I'm going to be giving a lot of content like this about Riftbound, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, a lot of investing content, maybe some of my plays, a lot of good buys, a little, some investing psychology. It's a bit of a medley for anyone who's in the TCG world, and maybe it's going to actually branch out to Bitcoin a little bit. So give me a subscription. Jumping right into it. Spirit Forged boxes have been trailing lower. I've been watching the price go from about 240s to right now it's about 170, 160. And I think it'll go a little lower, but not too much lower. Here's the thing. The boxes are about 130 MSRP. So realistically, if you can get them around 130, even 140, 150, that's not that much higher than 130. Where do I think these boxes could go that would actually warrant them to be purchased at 130, 150? Well, I'm looking at One Piece for that. I think these boxes could go to several thousands of dollars. Now, here's the thing. There's not that many sets, and it's so new. It's still in print. They're just hitting shelves. So if this was a Pokemon or Magic product, it wouldn't even look like it's moved much. And that's Magic with so many different product lines, so many different SKUs. Riftbound, they're still printing more. So now's the time that you want to be picking up some boxes just to put on your shelf, maybe to throw in your closet. Maybe you do want to try your hand at TCG investing and see if it can outperform the stock market. Well, there's no time to invest than when something is in print. Origins may be getting several waves. I don't know. Spirit Forge may be getting several waves. I don't know. What I do know is it's going to be hard to actually have these reprints push the prices lower than 130. And if it does, that's another buying opportunity. You can dollar cost average. So if you buy one box right now at 170, you buy one box for 130. You buy one box, let's say it drops to like $80, let's say. Well, your average is somewhere around that 130, 120. And if these boxes take off to $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, at least you don't have to pay those prices just to enjoy a collectible on your shelf. If it's a display piece, that's good. If it's something you're investing in and you're picking up multiples, I think that's even better, because then with that money you could actually sell and put back into the new products of the hobby. That's kind of the joy of TCG, being in the TCG hobby, is buying some of these cards. Maybe you pull a crazy single, maybe you're holding onto a box. And if the price goes up a lot, you can pay for the hobby. You could actually pay for your life a little bit just by enjoying TCGs, and I think that's beautiful. So I would highly recommend that if you're someone who enjoys Riftbound, maybe you enjoyed Origins, maybe you've gone to so many Nexus nights and you've just enjoyed the time, the people you've met, the memories you've made, I would recommend picking up a box of Origins now. Maybe if you don't want to buy it now, just look around. I think those can dip down maybe to 200, maybe, because I know they're thinking about reprinting them just to get the price of a box a little lower. And who knows, you could see those boxes at 170, 160, 150. I'm not going to wait that long. I've already bought a case. I've already bought a couple extra. And even if it goes down to those low prices, I don't really care, because part of it is a collectible for me. Just the case. Yes, the case of Riftbound is a collectible for me. It's the idea that I enjoy TCG investing. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do something. I'm going to buy something that has to do with TCG investing. So that means buying a case of Riftbound. I have a case of Origins, and I'm looking to pick up a case of Spirit Forge. I haven't done it yet. Right now I have a box. I've already opened one box. I pulled an overnumbered Karma. That was awesome. I picked up some singles of Spirit Forged, and they've been doing good. I've talked about the Arcane Shift and the Counter-Strike plays I've made. And I'm looking to pick up a case. I'm not really looking to damage any players by picking up a case. In fact, it's actually better if I pick up a case now, because then the company can reprint it instead of waiting for it to almost dry up and then the company's already moved on. So it's better for everyone if I pick it up now. It shows the true demand. So that's what I'm doing. I'd recommend you do that too. Like I said, especially if you are a TCG fan, because you don't want to wait for these products to start moving up to get it, because you might have missed it by 30, 40, 50%. And if it goes to 50% higher in just a year, well, that, or maybe 3 years, maybe 5 years, that's still a nice investment. 10% a year is nothing to really too shabby, but I believe it's going to do much better than that. Where do I see these boxes going? I could see these boxes hitting 1,000 plus once they go out of print. So within the next 2 to 3 years, maybe 4 or 5 years, I could see the boxes hitting 1,000 plus. And if that happens, I hope that the Riot Games doesn't just go back and start nuking with reprints, because look, the players need a little bit of something special to hold on to remember the sacrifices they made, their time commitment, and what the value of their money is worth, the value of their cards. You can't just nuke it to the ground forever. You can let the players enjoy some of that. Now, in the future sets, if there's some cards that desperately need a reprint, I understand including those. But to endlessly print the original version when they've got specialty cards, well, that just devalues those cards. I'm not really talking about the game pieces entirely. I'm talking more about just what the box means, the box as a collectible. You can reprint Origins cards without touching the Origin box reprint. So anyways, let me know what you think. Hopefully that you guys can understand where I'm coming from with that and maybe employ it into your own lives and strategies. The idea is, I know online, scalper, that's not the idea. The idea is you're buying this stuff anyways. Why do you have to open it? Because the internet tells you to. Because you don't want the internet to say some naughty words about you. You don't want them to call you a scalper. That doesn't make any sense. So I don't really care about what the internet's going to think of me for buying and enjoying and holding on to and collecting cards. It's not like I thought of anything about anyone saying it before. That's why I'm buying so much of cards. Most people wouldn't tell you to buy all these cards. But I'm buying them and holding them and I'm enjoying them, and they're going up in price, and I'm using that money to roll into bigger and bigger investments, and I'm collecting cardboard. So hopefully you guys can get some value out of that. My strategy for Spirit Forged, I would be looking to pick up boxes now at the 170. They're still printing it, so it might drift down a little lower, 150, 140, 130. I would pick up a couple boxes then. I wouldn't wait to start until they go lower. I would just get sink my teeth into it a little bit, dip my toes in the water. That way, if it never goes too much lower, well, you didn't lose out, and you don't have to try to catch, it's all, the price starts running away from you and you feel like you don't have any. At least you feel okay because you got 1 or 2 boxes. And hey, 120, 130, 140, 150 is not that much money. Most people, if you're working and you're in America, maybe even in some Western nation, you should be able to afford 1 box of Spirit Forged. Spirit Forged is at a nice affordable price. If they reprint it, or if they reprint Origins, that is definitely a screaming buy. Maybe you hear all this and you wait. That's okay. Monitor the prices and consider picking up a box. Put it on your bucket list. Imagine having one of each set on your display in like 5, 10, 20 years. So if you enjoy the memories you're making with Riftbound, consider investing in the product and adding it to your sealed collection. That's pretty much it, guys. It's a tough world right now. A lot of people are struggling, and I want to help as many people in my life as possible. Part of that is making these videos and helping people who might come across them, because I know this knowledge is pretty universal. I know it is. And maybe if I just broadcast into the ether, this could make or break someone's life. It's crazy to say that about card game investing, but man, the amount of wealth that it's brought to me has been staggering. And I'm sure if you've gone on YouTube a lot, maybe even if before you found my videos, a lot of people have been changed by investing in TCGs. It has brought them a lot of success. And our goal is to not need to work, to be able to get a break. If you've ever said, I'm tired, boss, well, that means you need a break. And what's the best way to get a break? Well, to remove any financial burdens. So, that's pretty much it, guys. Good luck with all your Riftbound games. Good luck with your Nexus nights. Good luck with your pulls. Hope you have a good, fun time. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.